Hi folks, welcome to video 2 on New Beginnings. My name is Kerri Musick and I am an academic advisor with the College of Sciences. This video is going to cover the transition from high school to college and then some of the differences that you can expect both inside and outside of the classroom. So something that you'll notice inside of the classroom is how much time that you spend in class. So instead of being at school for 30 hours a week or so, now you're in class between like 12 and 16 hours a week. That usually requires, some changes to your study habits because how the classes are taught are different. So instead of, doing a reading on the Civil War, having a lecture on the Civil War, doing a worksheet, and then a project and a quiz and a test on the Civil War, you read and you get a lecture and then you get tested, basically. So there's some steps in there that like the number of times that the material has been put in front of you are fewer. So you're needing to learn how it is that you learn and how is it that you need to get the material in front of you in multiple different ways so that you can digest it. And that might be study groups, that might be flashcards, it might be recordings, it might be reviewing notes. Like every person is different, and you'll find even between the types of classes, your approach may need to be different. Another thing you'll notice is that grading, well, you just don't have as many grades going into your final grade for each class. So there isn't really a lot of like cushion for extra points to catch up on your grades. So what I'm trying to say is that you might have 3 tests and that's your grade. You might have a couple of tests, a midterm, a final, and maybe a few papers in there. And that's your entire grade. So what that means is each assignment that you turn in and each submission, it carries more weight. So just something to think about until you push off that paper until midnight. Class size, you're probably going to be in a bit of a bigger class than you were in high school. But that really brings me to the last point is that you are in the driver's seat of your education here. You're autonomous and independent, and so you're in charge. You determine how prepared you are for each class, how you engage while you're in class, the opportunities you seek out, whether that's research or just like extracurricular things, and getting assistance and asking for help, going to office hours, things like that. So now you are in the driver's seat of that and knowing when it is that you need to engage and how you need to engage. On this next slide, I'm highlighting a few points on changes that you can expect outside the classroom. So I think, and I put this little image here because I think new beginnings can be both incredibly exciting and you get to try a new leaf and try new things, but you also kind of have to start from the beginning again. And that can be both exciting and overwhelming at the same time. So you have this opportunity to like build new relationships, but there's that like other side where you're like, well, what about the people that, help me get to where I am now? So you need to think about how you're building new relationships and also cultivating the relationships that mean a lot to you, friends and family, that you had from before coming to college. You'll be able to explore new interests. The horizons are so wide at ODU. There's so many different things you can get involved in. If that's Greek life, if that's club sports, if that's the botany club, if that's there's so much. I'm sure you'll go to like the involvement fair and see all the different organizations you can get a part of. But keep your options open and try something that maybe you wouldn't have thought you'd be interested in before. And then the last one is just setting your priorities about what sets your time, what gets your time and your attention. So I think sometimes you're in high school, the time that you had outside of school was dictated by other things. So for me, it was that I went to school and then I had my sport right after it. And then I came home, had dinner, did my homework, showered and went to bed, and then did it all again. And then on the weekends, there'd be like tournaments or like competitions or something like that. And so I really didn't have a lot of time to decide what it was that I felt like doing. So now you have that ability and that time and that flexibility. And so it's needing to find a balance between your studies and your social life, because you don't want to be, 100% social life and that'll show up on your transcripts later, but also being 100% studying, like slamming the books 100% of the time. You're not really getting that full, well-rounded experience. So there's some negotiation that needs to happen there. And then I just wanted to pass along some advice that I wish someone would have given me when I was going into college, and that's get comfortable with being uncomfortable. If you're not feeling uncomfortable, you're probably doing something wrong and you're playing it a little safe. So allow yourself to try new things, meet new people, pick up a student organization that you're like, photography, maybe. And you can try it out. And if it doesn't end up being a good match, that's okay. I would encourage you now to start figuring out a time management system, if you haven't already, that works for you. It doesn't have to be a planner or a Google Calendar, though it could be. I've seen students, do really well with sticky notes and alarms on their phone. Whatever works for you, get ready to implement it because you're going to need it. And then also give yourself some grace. You're going to make mistakes and misstep here and there. And as long as you gain something from each of those steps, in the end, you really win.